What is up, everyone? StonePost34 bringing you more of Living with Stonepost, not growing up with Stonepost. I actually have a funny story. It's actually, I think, hysterical. But first of all, I want to say thank you all for the support on my last video. That was kind of a tough one for me to do, but I gotta tell you, it's kind of cathartic. It got me, I don't know, I feel a lot better about it now. I don't know, maybe all the comments you guys left. If you haven't seen it, it's actually just a video about how my grandfather was murdered and all that. So watch it. If I don't really want to talk about it right now. So anyway, here's my Living with Stonepost. Okay, as you guys know, I'm the golfing gamer. I gave myself that name. Love to play golf. I belong to a country club here in my town, and there's another gentleman at the club that has the same name as me, first and last name. My name's Greg. I'm not going to tell you my last name. It doesn't really matter that much anyway. So he's kind of known to be a bit of a wild guy, and funny things happen. You know, like I'll get his bill on my bill, so like at the end of the month I have to go through and just double check everything, and I know what he drinks typically and eats, so I can tell pretty easily. And I know what days I go there. I go, on Wednesdays and Saturdays and stuff like that. So, it's pretty easy to tell what's going on. So the story goes something like this. Okay, this was about 2 weeks ago. He had a big birthday bash. He's older than me. He just turned 50. He had a big birthday bash at the club on Friday, and I just showed up for like an hour. I told my wife, I said, I'm just going to go up there. He's always giving me trouble that I don't hang out with him, and he just thinks it's so cool that we have the same name. I don't know if that's cool, but it is kind of funny a little bit. But so he has this party. I go up there. Well, he's known to be a huge drinker, and so he actually behaves at his party. I figured he would just be a drunk to the bejesus and off his rocker, but no, he was actually in pretty good sorts. So I hung out with him, and he's a nice guy when you hang out with him. But if he gets to that point where he has too much, in fact, him and I had an incident last year where, I'm not a fighter, but if you kind of get in my space too much and you do stuff that starts to irritate me, I'll let you know pretty quick. And this story goes back to, I was up there with my buddy. We just played a round of golf, and we had a few people sitting with us. Actually, one of the waitresses just gotten off work, Beth, and she came and sat with us, and then one of the other guys that was a bartender sat with us. And so we're just there hanging out. And Beth's sitting next to me, and he comes up, and he's like, "Who's this, your girlfriend?" I'm like, "Dude, that's Beth. She works here. What are you talking about?" He's like, "I know. I just think it's funny you guys are sitting together." I'm like, "We're just sitting talking. I mean, and the bartender's here. It's not that big of a deal." So I get up to go to the restroom. He takes my seat, which is fine. I stood there for about 15 minutes after I got back from the restroom. So he's telling a story, and I'm trying to ignore him so I don't make him think I want him to be there. So I'm just standing there, and I take a drink of my beer, and I tilt it up and put it, towards my lips. He's telling the story, waves his hand, he's sitting down and hits my beer. They're tall chairs, hits my beer and knocks it into my tooth. I'm like, dude, that is it. And I did. I looked at him. I said, "Greg, that's it." I said, "Get out of my chair." I said, you're bugging me. You just about knocked my tooth out or chipped my tooth. I've about had it with you. Go to the bar, do whatever you're doing, and I'm done with you. And he's like, "Dude, sorry." And ever since that, he was pretty cool with me. Okay, I kind of got sidetracked here. So here's the story. So after he has his birthday party, he behaves. Well, I guess he shows up the next day, on Saturday. And he's like, "I was so good on my birthday, I'm just going to get hammered tonight," is what he tells the bartender. And the bartenders have about had it with him too. So he proceeds to drink vodka tonic. That's his drink, vodka tonic, Kettle One vodka. Has like 8 of them. And, the other patrons show up to the bar and, and are hanging out and doing their deal. Well, one of my friends, Jay, his brother-in-law was there with him and both their wives, and they were at the end of the bar, Jay and his brother-in-law, talking. Well, Mr. Drunk Greg apparently thinks they're talking about him. I don't know. I wasn't there. This is all I've heard. So he gets up, walks over to Jay's brother-in-law, Mike, and says, quit talking about me. And he's like, we weren't. We were talking about something else. It had nothing to do with you. He goes, that's bullshit. You were talking about me. He goes, no, I wasn't. I wasn't talking about you. At that moment, Greg takes his hand, open hand, no fist, and hits him across the temple. Mike wears glasses, knocks his glasses off, and says, let's take it outside. I mean, this guy's just out of control. And so Mike's like, I don't want anything to do with this. Greg, I don't want to fight you. And then basically the bartender got up and said, you're both going home. I'm done with you. I don't know what's going to happen, but you got to go. So they leave. Well, I'm on the executive committee. So I get an email Monday that says, emergency executive board meeting. Please attend. And it's the following Tuesday or something like that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I text one of the managers, and I figure out what's going on pretty quick. I figure out within about a half hour there's been a fight with the other Greg. So I show up to the meeting. Well, we just elected new officers, and I'm in my third year, and so we have 2 new people, and I kind of know them. Well, we sit down, and they start giving the report about what had happened, and Chris Chapin, one of the new board members, looks at me and goes, well, are you going to defend yourself? I'm like, dude, I didn't do it. You got the wrong guy. He thought I was the one. And so apparently there's several people at the club that think it was me. Still, today, think it's me that knocked Mike's glasses off at the bar. And I'm like, dude, I don't even fight. It's not me. So I've got to go around and do some damage control because this clown that actually has the same name as me got in a fight or tried to pick a fight at the bar. So I don't know. I don't know if you've ever had mistaken identity. I've had it a few times. This one, I was like, come on, you guys got to know it's not me. But apparently they didn't. They thought it was me that knocked Mike's glasses off. And Mike's like almost 60. I mean, it's like, dude, I'm not going to, if I was going to fight someone, it better be for a really darn good reason. And it's not going to be a mismatch like that. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for your support on the last one. And take care as always. This is Stone Post 34.